Hello. Welcome to All Around Music.
What's up?
All Around Music, the number one podcast within 3 miles of my house.
You don't know that.
Yeah,
for sure.
that's true. That may be false information. What's going on, everyone? We got a good show today. Great
yeah,
show.
I think so. I prepared some stuff.
Yeah, you did some digging.
A little bit.
Detective.
I don't know if I'd go that far. I just Googled some stuff.
Well, that's pretty much what being a detective is nowadays.
That's true.
You just Google things. How to solve murders. Enter.
How to commit murders. Enter.
Nearest hardware store. But got a little segment today on Jim Morrison, some conspiracy. Also going to talk about the August Burns Red show we went to, and there was a band that played that almost ruined it.
Oh my gosh.
And we got some other things on the schedule today. There was a story about artists and ticket sales and trying to get rid of them and go electronic.
Yeah, which wasn't a bad idea.
No, it's not. I mean, keeps you from selling them outrageously priced, but we'll get into that more later. But I think I'm kind of interested to see what you got about Jim Morrison.
You want to do that now?
Yeah.
Okay.
But do you want to do that now, or do you want to do that in the middle?
Let's do that later.
Okay.
Let's do that later.
Well, I think, since we talked about August Burns Red so much, we should just go ahead and talk about that.
Yeah, we did hype that up quite a bit.
Yeah. I mean, it was fun.
It was a great show.
Except for that one band.
That one band. Everybody else was good. Should we? I don't really want to put them out on blast.
I don't either. Let's just not say the band, okay. But we'll talk about the other bands.
Yeah, and if you happen to know who was all there,
right, then you can put two and two together.
Who was first was
Make Them Suffer was first.
They were good. They're from Australia.
Well, I mean, I figured when we got there, I thought it was going to be packed, because there was another thing going on too.
Was there?
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what it was, but usually every time I go to the old National Center, there's a line you got to wait and get in, and we just walked right in, scanned the ticket, and
it's like the only event going on that night, which is weird.
Yeah,
for a Saturday night.
Yeah, like parking lot wasn't busy, but I mean we kind of got there early.
A little bit,
45, 30 minutes early,
something like that. Yeah,
and but it was in one of the smaller rooms.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be. They make it sound like a bigger room.
Yeah, well, I think the Egyptian room is the biggest room.
Really?
That and the theater room.
I thought they were going to pull a bigger room. I thought they had a pretty big fan base, but maybe not. I don't know.
It's Indiana.
That's true.
Getting people to come to shows, it's hard in Indiana. That's why nobody ever plays in Indiana. It's always like in Illinois or Ohio. Nobody plays in Kentucky either.
Well, I mean,
that's a given though.
We're just Kentucky's northern neighbor.
Yeah. We're just slightly smarter. But yeah, I mean, I've been in that room before, the deluxe room. It's where I saw Dustin Kinsrew, which was awesome. But
that would have been a great show for that.
Yeah, it was perfect size
on being an acoustic style.
Yeah,
show.
But I mean, the band sounded good in that room.
Oh yeah, they sounded good. But I'm glad we got the 10 upgraded to the VIP seats.
Yeah, immediately I walked up and I said, "How much is it to upgrade to the VIP?" It's $10 a person.
Okay,
sold.
I'm not getting in that circle pit.
Yeah,
I'm too old for that.
Almost 30. No.
Some kid had to get walked out.
Yeah, he's holding his shoulder.
Yeah, he came back though. Did you see him with that big gigantic bag of ice on his shoulder the rest of it? He's jumping around in the mosh pit and shit.
Whatever, as long as he's having fun, I guess.
It was ridiculous.
He's probably like 20 years old.
If that.
But the first band was Make Them Suffer from Australia, and they just came out like
they kicked ass.
Yeah, they came out beers in hand. I mean, they're Australians, you know, they're going to have a good time.
It was great.
And that was one of the bands I wanted to see.
Was it really?
Yeah.
I'd never heard of them.
And they sounded awesome. I thought they were good. They came out pretty heavy. Great opening band for a metal show, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
I've been to metal shows where the first band is like, why are they even here?
Oh, I did. That reminds me of when I saw Guar. The opening act was this weird electronic crap that was playing. The guy was dancing around. He was painted all gold with a weird gold cape, and he was dancing around the stage, and people were yelling at him to get off the stage.
Throwing beer bottles.
Oh, it was the weirdest thing ever.
Get off the stage!
So
I'd rather hear Nickelback!
Well, we're in the middle of Nashville, Tennessee for one.
Oh, yeah, that's not going to work down there.
It did not work.
The only reason why Guar works is because they were so terrifying.
Oh, Guar's awesome.
Yeah, awesomely terrifying.
Yeah. But anyways, that's the worst opening act I've ever seen.
I don't know. You know, when we had Safer go on the acoustic Safer, we opened up a metal show.
I don't think I was there for that.
That took balls, I'll just say that.
Where was that at?
That was here in Lafayette. That was at the Trilogy.
An acoustic opening.
Yeah, for a metal show.
You guys were acoustic?
Yeah. Well, when it was just us three left. Yeah, that took balls, just saying.
Yeah.
Didn't go well.
Probably not.
After the first song, some guy goes, "You suck."
Good. He's not wrong.
No, he was not wrong. He was absolutely correct. You just don't do that.
So, yeah, the first...
Moving on. Yeah, first band Make Them Suffer.
Great.
Yeah, they had a keyboardist, which at first I thought was a really buff dude.
No, it was a girl. She had boobs.
Yeah, turns out it was just a girl, you know, with normal boobs.
I thought she had huge pecs. No, she just has normal boobs.
Turns out it was a dude. I mean, a chick.
The second band we don't talk about.
Well, we're going to talk about it, but we're not going to say their name.
Yeah. I'm just... This one's for all the marginalized people in North America.
Yeah, that's when they lost me. So PC.
And then what was the other thing?
In 1975, the Soviet Union took away all rights against gay people.
Or something. Is that what they did?
Yeah, something like that.
What he said. He was trying to make a stand.
It was like
in the middle of
poetry mixed with metal. Yeah, it was like they'd be like going into it, and then I'd start to regain confidence in their music.
I didn't like any.
And then he would just start again, you know, just talking over the music while it's like, stop.
Yeah, I didn't like any of their music because it went from being like metal, and then they would like have these weird pauses in the songs where it was just like, I don't know what it even.
They'd be into it, and all of a sudden they'd be like, yeah, this song is for all the people that are going to be oppressed by one of the presidential candidates.
Yeah, I was like,
what are you
doing?
And then he goes, we're actually ahead of schedule, so we're going to play a few more songs.
Oh,
my God. No, don't play a few more songs. Why don't you let one of the other bands play a few more songs?
Oh, it was worse. I wish they would have let me, or make them suffer or whatever. Yeah, let them make them suffer.
I wasn't going to drink that night, and that's when I was like, I need a beer.
They should have, they had to have been ahead of schedule then. I don't know. How did they get ahead of schedule?
I don't know.
They should have just let Era play more songs.
Yeah, Era was awesome.
Era was great. I like Era. I listened to them before. Them and August Burns Red are the only two bands I had heard before.
Yeah.
And I'd listened to Era before, and I liked them. And they had a good show.
They did. They came out popping.
Yeah.
But oh my God, that band. They drove me to drink. Like I was just not going to drink that night and enjoy
liked them. They had fans there.
Yeah, like the crowd was like really into it, which I didn't understand.
No, I don't.
But
makes me mad.
So I went and got one of those, $13 beers.
Yeah.
And they kind of ruined the beer as I was drinking it too.
I'm surprised they weren't. I'm surprised they were even there. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know. I guess how
they're
other
from
bands.
Los Angeles, and they're like Thanks for making Indiana feel like home, which I have. How can Indiana feel like Los Angeles? I have no idea.
I don't know how they could be welcomed in that city. Let alone the state in general. Like maybe Indianapolis somewhat. But
I don't know. They just had one guitarist and he was using a lot of effects and loop pedals and everything.
Yeah.
And
that's maybe he was doing something where they would stop, like where they'd stop doing like playing and just start making like noise.
Yeah, it's
like the high pitched, like weird, like
feedback noise,
and then he would like sit down, crouch down, say his PC bullcrap. And then
he's probably trying to get out that fart that he's been holding in that entire show.
I just didn't like how their music went from being real fast and hard, and then it would drop in the middle of the song, and then they'd go back into it. And
he'd be like, I have bipolar disorder, and then he'd go back into it.
No crap. I mean, this song is bipolar.
Exactly.
It didn't make any. I just didn't like him at all.
It when you have to listen to somebody and you're not enjoying it, it takes forever to get through.
Yeah,
because you're like, how
much more of this guy do I have to listen to?
This is just stop. Just go.
Get off the stage. But he had fans there.
And then,
I don't know.
Eric came out and just
destroyed it.
Yeah, changed the entire.
It became a metal show again.
Yeah, changed the entire feeling of the room.
Not a political rally.
And built it back up, for August Burns Red.
Yeah.
And like I've been to metal shows, but August Burns Red, man.
That was good.
The stage presence.
Yeah.
I mean, they deliver.
Mm-hmm.
The sound is great.
Nonstop.
Like I thought the sound was, the size of the room was going to affect the sound.
No, it assaulted my ears.
Yeah.
Thoroughly assaulted me.
A wanted, like you wanted to be. It was like a fantasy that came true.
It's like when you pay to get whipped.
Yeah. Like you pay to get whipped because you want to get whipped.
Yeah.
Not because you don't want to get whipped. Right. Why would you pay to get whipped if you didn't want to get whipped?
Well, who knows?
I'm going to pay money to go see this band that I don't want to see. Well, that second band was one. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, they just came out and they played the songs that I wanted to hear, especially off their newer album that I really, really liked.
Mm-hmm.
And they even played a song that they had Jeremy McKinnon from A Day to Remember, and the bass player just did the vocals. And but the thing that really impressed me was like, this next song is called Everlasting Ending, and it was actually written by our bass player.
Oh yeah.
And he jumps on and just like delivers this crazy solo. I was like, that's awesome.
Yeah.
When you have other members in the band that can also write.
And then they brought out the dude from Era. That was cool.
Yeah.
They did that song together.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Was that the encore song?
I think so.
That he came out with them and did?
Yeah, because they did 2-song encore.
Yeah, and he came out and did one of them.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely got, some of the other bands involved, and all the other bands were, very supportive of each other.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. Sometimes, I know that was closer to the beginning of the tour. I know sometimes towards the end of the tour, I've seen bands just like, they just hate each other.
Yeah, I don't know where they're at I think they're around the middle to the end. I think around the middle of their tour, I think.
Oh, were they? I thought it was closer to the beginning.
Is it? I can't remember. I looked at the schedule, but I can't remember where it was at. It's definitely not the very beginning.
No. I said like close to the beginning.
Is it?
I thought we were like the 5th or 6th show in line.
I remember looking. They had a long ways. They went quite a bit of distance between here and their last show or their next one. I can't remember.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, they went from Canada. They either went from Canada to here or from here to Canada. I can't remember.
Yeah, I mean, well, we're not that far from Canada.
But they had no... It was weird that they didn't have any stops in between.
Yeah. Canada.
I thought, dang, they got a trek for the next... It was either they had a trek here or they have a trek to the next show. I can't remember which way it was. I'd have to look again. But
either way, even with the one band that kind of ruined that 45 minutes for me, it was a good show. I mean...
Hey, it gave us something to hate.
Yeah. Yeah.
It gave us something to be angry.
Couldn't be all good, right?
Gotta listen to the metal and get pumped about that band.
God, kill me for the next band. Come out. I feel better.
I bought a T-shirt though.
You did.
That was a good T-shirt.
Yeah. What did it say on
It's the front of it is like a Smokey the Bear, and it's August Burns Red on the front. It says in his hat. Mm-hmm. Then on the back it says only you can prevent horrible music.
Best T-shirt ever.
Yeah, it's good.
I don't know. The Bat Cat or the Cat Bat shirt that you have.
My Catman shirt?
Yeah, Catman shirt. That one's pretty good.
Yeah, I like that one. Gabby got me that one. Catman. No, Catman.
Spider-Man.
So, speaking of shows, you had a thing about tickets.
Oh, yeah. Let me make sure I have it up here just for safety. I clicked the wrong thing.
Did you say it was Lamb of God?
No. Iron Maiden.
Iron Maiden.
Yeah, it says they go to war with tickets. I guess other bands are jumping on this. They said the bands say they hope it will stop tickets changing hands for ludicrously inflated prices on resale websites.
I like this.
Yeah. I mean, they're making good points.
And I feel like...
Because somebody buys the tickets and then they just resell them for double the price.
And that's why places sell out so fast, too.
Yeah.
Because somebody will buy it and then try to resell it.
Yeah, and then nobody goes.
Yeah.
And then they're like, how'd we sell out, but there's nobody here?
Yeah. That makes... it's actually... I like that. That they're going to try and enforce their ticket prices.
Yeah, I mean, I'm on board with that 100%.
And I can't see them raising their ticket prices because they're not getting that extra money that's being affiliated somebody else's.
Yeah, I mean...
So...
I never really have... I just buy the ticket. I don't try to go to these other,
I don't trust those things.
I don't either. With these other websites that you can get them cheaper.
I've never done it, so I'm not going to try. I don't want to... And then you run that risk of buying a $200 fake ticket.
Yeah, and you get there and like, oh, this barcode doesn't work.
Oh, thanks.
What do you mean the barcode doesn't work? It's a $200 ticket.
That guy just scanned in with the right one. Something stupid like that.
Yeah, that'd make me pull my hair out.
Yeah.
Especially because sometimes you go to a show, like you really want to go to a show and they don't come to your state and you drive out of town. Mm-hmm. You get there and they're like, oh, yeah, your ticket's fake. Sweet. Glad I just drove 250 miles for nothing.
Can I buy one here? No, we're sold out.
God.
Or, yeah, but you can only buy the VIP deluxe exclusive $1,200 ticket.
I don't even have $12.
I spent all my money on this ticket.
God.
Then you walk out and you try to scalp that ticket in the parking lot.
$40. All right, I'll take that ticket. Go in. Yeah, this one's fake too.
No, I mean, you take your fake one and try to rescalp it in the parking lot.
Well, then you're just... then you're part of the problem.
Hey, man, you got to get your money back somehow.
You're not going to get that money back. Not only are you down on money, don't lose the dignity. Because it's already kind of shot.
Yeah, I don't... Scalping, I think, is legal here, too.
Is it?
Yeah, I see him every time I go somewhere.
Like, hey, man, you want these tickets? No, I already got a ticket. Yeah. You sure that ticket's not fake? Damn. He's got a point.
I think it's legal here because I see him every time there's an event.
Yeah, I've never seen a cop like, hey, you can't do that, and then they run away, and then they get shot.
Some places it's illegal, and some it's legal. I think it should be illegal.
Yeah. I mean, just let somebody buy the tickets.
I get that you're trying to make a quick buck. Maybe, I don't know. It's stupid. Yeah, you might have a legit ticket you're selling, but it's just stupid. Like, why do that?
That'd be like going to the bookstore and buying 20 Harry Potter books and then reselling them because they're all sold out.
Yeah.
Or anything.
The only side of it...
I don't know why I said Harry Potter. I've never even read Harry Potter.
The only part of it that sucks is if you bought the tickets and then it turns out you can't go to the show, now you can't sell them.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
That's why I like Live Nation, because you can digitally transfer the ticket to someone else, but I don't think you can up the price. You have to sell it to them for the same price.
I don't even know does it even sell or is it just transfer?
I don't know. I've never done it.
It might just be a transfer from one account to another, not actually any kind of money transaction.
Maybe you can't sell them.
I bet it doesn't do anything for money. I bet it's just an actual, you're giving somebody else the ticket.
Unless it gives you a credit or something.
I don't know. I've never done it. Have to.
Me either. I go to the show.
Yeah.
I mean, the Thrice tickets that I bought, I was going to go, but I didn't end up going. I just sold to a friend, but I had 3 tickets in the parking pass. The tickets were $35 a piece.
Yeah.
And then the parking pass was $20. And I actually sold them to him for less.
Oh, yeah.
So, and it was a parking pass like right next to the venue. So,
yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, sometimes things happen and you can't go. What do?
Get over it.
Just kick some dirt and, oh, well.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't know. If the people that get screwed out of going to a show because they can't make it to something have to lose some money.
What if it's a sold out show?
What do you mean?
Because that show was sold out.
Yeah.
And I had 3 tickets. I couldn't go, so I sold them to somebody else for actually cheaper that could go.
Right. But I think
it's kind of a gray area.
For the greater good, they should just do it to where you can't resell the tickets. Because overall, it's going to be a better experience for people trying to get tickets.
True.
Yeah, some people are going to get screwed when they can't make it to a show, but that's not really the ticket seller's fault.
Yeah.
That you couldn't make it.
True.
So
it's your fault. Get your shit together.
I mean, it kind of is your own fault if you can't make it to a show. It's not everybody's
Sorry,
fault.
guys, I'm not going to be able to go. Why? My leg got cut off.
Yeah.
We'll just get a crutch.
No.
It's still bleeding.
Well, get over it.
Put a
It's
bucket.
gonna be a great show.
Just grab a bucket, tape it around so the blood pours into the bucket, but the blood doesn't go anywhere. You think it'd just go back in your leg, right?
No.
Kind of like plants, with water.
I don't think so. But if you're lucky, the band might sign your bucket.
Ooh. And then sell
Dude, that guy's got a blood bucket.
Oh my God, that's so metal. And then sell it to Buckethead.
So yeah.
But yeah, on board with the whole ticket thing, and
yeah, I think overall it would be a good deal because then you wouldn't have,
like you said, better experience for everyone.
Yeah, it'd be more people would be able to go, or
not go, It's up in the air. It could go either way, honestly, but it's not going to happen if it's just 3 bands. Like, you got to get a lot of people on board for that.
Well, if like somebody like Live Nation just stopped giving out physical tickets, that would take care of the problem. Yeah,
I mean, they give you the option of you can either print them off, or you can do electronic, or you can print them off at home yourself.
If they stop the option of having them send you the ticket or selling physical tickets somewhere.
See, I actually like to have the ticket to save, because I'm that guy.
Yeah, I get it, but I don't know. I guess maybe if they had a way like where it was, if it was bought under a certain name, you had to be redeemed by that person, or I don't know. If it could become, I don't know if it's that big of an issue to them if they care that much.
Right.
But I mean, they'd have to do something like that. Tickets have to be redeemed under a name that's going to be there.
Yeah, I mean,
so if you buy the ticket for somebody else, their name has to be
either
on
way
the
it's
ticket,
purchased. I don't care. Sometimes I get the ticket, sometimes I don't. As long as I can go.
I usually just buy them online and then print them off myself.
Yeah,
and do that way.
Yeah, like when we got to the show, I thought like somebody hands you a pamphlet and you're like, no, this is my ticket. It's like, where do you get pamphlets from?
Yeah, they got a show program, a playbill.
That's what I thought it was. Like, are you going to the wrong show?
I'm going to see The Wizard of Oz. It's it's in the theater.
Lucky. Yeah, August Burns Red does the music for it. What?
Nice. They'll be doing that up until they got to come on the stage for their show.
Dude, that'd be crazy.
That would suck for them.
Yeah. That would suck. We've been playing for 9 hours.
I'm so dehydrated.
Quick, spray some water on my face. It'll trickle down into my mouth. That got weird.
Yeah.
That probably went to a place it shouldn't have.
I like when it gets a little weird.
That escalated adequately.
So, anyways, I know there's some new albums out.
Oh, yeah. Taking Back Sunday put out a new album.
I like it, and I forgot to talk to you. I was going to ask you about what you thought.
I like it.
The title track of the album.
Tidal Wave?
Yeah. Does it not sound punk to you?
Oh, yeah.
Like
It's totally punk.
Like an older school punk sound.
Yeah.
I liked it.
I like it, but it sounds like it doesn't fit the album.
It doesn't. It doesn't go with the other songs.
That's what I thought,
which is weird.
But it's good.
Yeah, I really liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I listened to all of them, and I thought that song didn't really go with it, but I liked it. Like,
yeah.
And none of the songs sound like any of their old stuff at all.
No.
Not one bit. But I like it. It was good.
Which, that's good, though, that they're not sticking to the same sound.
Yeah. They've moved on, but they haven't.
The band, as we talked about, they're maturing.
Yeah, and I think they've done a good job.
Yeah.
Over the years. They've been moving this way, though, really.
Yeah. The one thing that I miss, and a lot of people are going to disagree with me on, but because they used to do like the 2 vocalist sets.
Yeah, I always liked that.
I miss that, but I don't miss the original guy.
Oh, really?
I miss the guy that came in second, Fred.
What was he? He was on
Where You Want to Be, the second album.
Oh.
With like Decadent or The Influence.
Okay.
And,
yeah, that's fine. That's the one I'm used to is Fred then.
Yeah, Fred that was on that one, and the Make Damn Sure.
Yeah.
That guy is awesome. And I mean, they sound good just, going back to the one vocal set, but
he wasn't on Tell All Your Friends, right?
No, that was the different guy.
Yeah.
That was the original guy.
Okay. Well, then I like the original guy.
See, I like
I like them both. I don't know. I don't have a problem with either one.
I just think Fred had the better voice.
Yeah,
But
I don't know. I like both of them, but yeah, I guess.
But I kind of miss that from them, though. I mean, them just using, Adam as just the main vocals, and there are backing vocals, but it's not like it was the first 3 albums.
Yeah.
But I mean, maybe that's their way of maturing the band.
I don't know. I like it.
But it's still good regardless.
Yeah. It's not the old emo.
Yeah. Not the whole
style that they
Why
did.
wouldn't you talk to me?
Yeah. No, it's definitely. I don't know. It sounds good.
We were boyfriend and girlfriend yesterday, but now you won't talk to me.
The one song is real punk sounding. The rest of it's pretty much just kind of like alternative rock type stuff, but it's good.
It's good.
So, yeah. Yeah, as soon as you text me and I was like, yep, download. I'm buying that.
They what? Download.
And then I saw that Bayside had a new one out.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Which is one of my. It wasn't that. It was like last month. I think,
was it?
I think
Was it
last
any
month
good? I didn't listen.
I
to
listened
that
to
one.
a little bit of it. I haven't listened to all of it, but it sounded decent. So
that's good.
Yeah,
I like it when bands put out new albums. I like it when bands put out new albums.
I was looking at my phone. I thought you said I don't like when bands put out new albums.
I'm like, wait a minute. What are we talking about? I'm going to slap you.
What? Makes no sense.
Ain't making no sense. But, yeah, I was kind of just hanging out last night listening to music.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, I'll get on iTunes and see if they have any albums on sale. And I came across one of John Mayer's older albums.
Oh, yeah.
Continuum.
Yeah.
Has like Gravity on there. And
that's a good one.
Yeah, I mean, I like his music, but there's some albums I'm just like, I could do without. But my favorite albums from him are, Continuum and Battle Studies. Those are 2 solid albums. But I got the album for $5.99.
Nice.
So I was like, yeah, I mean, that's a good buy.
Yeah, you can't go wrong there.
Yeah, and then I was just grooving in my room, drinking some Newcastle. Up here like bobbing my head.
Do you have your pants on?
I don't want to talk about it.
You had John Mayer on, so you never know.
You never know how it's going to go. I had pants on.
Okay.
Well, my baller shorts.
Sure. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Because they're comfy.
Sure.
Got weird again. Got weird again.
Oh, it's fine. So,
yeah,
we got something
speaking of weird,
a little different that we're going to do this week. I love weird conspiracy type things.
Yeah. Who doesn't?
Mysteries.
Bogs the mind,
Yeah, just things that make you think. You don't necessarily...
So do you like Rubik's Cubes?
No. That doesn't make you... That's different.
That just aggravates
That's
you.
That's just different. No, I like things that you have to think about. It might necessarily be... It might not be true, but at the same time, you can't think, well there's a slight chance that that's true,
Yeah.
Just things that make you go,
Huh.
Yeah. So this week, I got a little guy I'm going to introduce to you.
We have a guest?
Well, no. Well,
You didn't tell me this part.
You never know. You might be able to get him on the show. It depends on how you think about this story.
Yeah.
So let me introduce this little story here. I'm going to tell you about it.
What's the idea of the story? Introduce the idea.
Oh, I can't give it away.
Can't give it away,
I'm
man.
not going to give it away.
Okay.
So
all right. Go on. I'm excited.
He was born James Douglas Morrison on December 8th, 1943 in Melbourne, Florida. His parents, Clara Morrison and Greg Morrison. He studied film at UCLA, and that's where his story kind of began. He met the other members of his band.
Having flashbacks to that Doors movie.
Yeah. That's where it all began. The Doors started there, and you might know them from Hello, I Love You, Light My Fire, People Are Strange, Riders on the Storm, and other big hits of the 60s.
Oh, yeah.
Still huge today.
I'm going to download so much Doors after this.
I was listening to a lot of them while I was researching this.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go over the history of the Doors.
A lot of people already know that.
Everybody knows that. Everybody knows, well, pretty much everybody knows who they are. If you don't, look them up. But that's all well-known facts.
Right.
What they've done, their hits, and everything
Fact
else.
number one. Awesome.
So, where the strange part kind of begins, March 1971. Jim Morrison, the Lizard King himself. The Lizard King. That's his name. That's his nickname. He dies in Paris. Supposedly.
There's a lot of takes the turn.
There's a lot of question around his death. So, to kind of lead up to going to Paris, the whole thing is he had a big drinking problem.
Mm-hmm.
So he goes and gets an apartment in Paris with his girlfriend. Goes out there to try and clean himself up, lose some of the weight he's gained from all of his drinking, get himself together. But apparently, one night, from the story that is told, his girlfriend was a heroin addict,
Mm-hmm.
I guess. And she told him that it was cocaine that she had. And he snorts it. Turns out to be what rumored is the, the China White heroin, I think, that was in the French Connection. That whole movie was about.
Mm-hmm.
That is what he snorted and killed him. And that batch or whatever type of heroin that was had killed a lot of people in that era, that time. That's what is believed that she gave him. Her boy, she had another guy she was fooling around with who was a dealer.
She's nasty.
Yeah. She died of a heroin overdose, though, so.
Probably saw that coming.
That's what is supposedly kind of the fact behind how he died. His friends claim that he wasn't into hard drugs. He didn't like to do those kinds of things. I don't know if he considered cocaine a hard drug. I'm guessing not, since he would have done it then.
Right.
But I don't know. It's really not even fact that he did it that night. That's what she says. That's her story, you know.
So she doesn't know if he actually snorted the heroin.
Well, she knows, according to her story, that he did, but there's no proof that she's telling the truth.
Oh, okay.
It's not in any official report or anything. I don't think it was in the official police report or anything. I don't think there was an official police report, to tell you the truth.
Really?
So, as everybody knows, he also died at 27 in the 27 Club. So the story goes, he snorted that night, complained of not feeling right, had vomited up blood that night. She drew him a bath. He gets in the bathtub. She goes to bed. She wakes up in the morning and goes to check on him, and he's under the water, had drowned. Or something, had died. He's underwater. And they call in a doctor and says he's dead, and they put down as the official report he died of heart failure. No autopsy was performed, which is very strange. He's 27 years old.
Starting to raise eyebrows.
Shouldn't have died of heart failure at 27.
Right.
Even though he was a heavy drinker, he was an alcoholic. His doctor had reported before he left California that he was in good health. So,
for being an alcoholic.
Yeah, I don't think it had been enough. I don't think he had been an alcoholic long enough to do major damage to his body yet. From the way it sounds, from what I was reading anyways, because his doctor supposedly said he was in good health before he left.
Right.
So they did no autopsy. They put him on ice in the apartment for 3 days. Didn't take him to a morgue.
Did say why?
No, I never did see a reason why they did that. Maybe because he was famous. I don't know. Yes. And they didn't want people to see him.
Really weird.
Yeah, but they didn't. It says he stayed they kept him in the apartment for 3 days on ice in the bathtub where he had died.
Mm-hmm.
They purchased a very cheap coffin for him. And then when his manager had made it out there from LA, when he got there, he was already in the coffin and it was closed. And all he saw was the closed coffin and his death certificate signed by the doctor. He was buried quickly within days, within those 3 days. He was buried after like the third day of being there in a very famous French graveyard, which was kind of odd in itself because the graveyard was well known for, I guess, housing only notable French people, maybe.
Oh, really?
From what I understand, is it was odd that he was buried in there as an American. And then they came back to California, and that's when they announced his death, 6 days after burying him. They didn't tell his parents or his family, didn't tell the other band members. It was only his manager, girlfriend, and one other person, which I didn't write their name down, but I don't think it was that important. So it's kind of strange that.
Well, what's strange is that he was buried in France, right? It says French graveyard.
Yeah, that's where his grave is still to this. I mean, they never moved him. That's where he's at. You can go visit it. It's kind of strange. And supposedly that was where he wanted to be buried. He had, from the stories, say that he had visited that grave plot.
So that just makes it
within days of him dying.
Yeah, so that just makes it weird.
Yeah. Supposedly, that's the rumor story.
He wanted to be buried in France. He goes to France.
Yeah.
Visits the
dies
graveyard where he wants to be. And then mysteriously dies of, air quotes, heart failure.
Yeah.
Body put on ice for 3 days in the apartment.
With minimal witnesses.
Probably just the girlfriend and manager.
And supposedly
and
this doctor. Yeah. Who could have been paid off.
Right.
The manager didn't see him.
So
his girlfriend and friend.
But the manager knew he was there.
The manager knew he was in Paris. And when I guess the girlfriend called and told him, he flew out to Paris right away. And, but got there after they had already put him in the casket. And the funeral was very quick. It's said that the funeral was very short. Only those few people were there. It was said and done really fast, and that was it, and they left.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah. No family was informed. His parents weren't called. The other bandmates weren't told of any of this. The public didn't know about it. Nobody.
So that's why there's no police report. And no autopsy.
There's no autopsy for sure. I didn't see anything about a police report. The articles that I read, I couldn't find anything that said any kind of official police report. I don't know. So I don't know who they called when she found him, supposedly, if they called a doctor that they knew of, or if they called actual emergency services, like 911 type thing, or what.
Yeah, this is strange.
It's very weird. And one thing was, one of the band members had said to the manager, "Did you see his body?" And he goes, you know how he is. It could be 150 pounds of potatoes in that casket.
Right.
Because apparently, I guess he was
Shouldn't waste potatoes, though.
He was a very private person, I guess.
Was he?
Like, he didn't, I'm pretty sure what I read was he didn't really care for the fame and attention as much as a rock star would.
Right.
He was more of a quiet poet. He was kind of known for like being like a poet type guy.
Yeah.
So, would you fake your death and run off with some money?
Probably, yeah.
I mean,
if you had a way to get an out and you didn't want the fame and everything.
Yeah, it's...
Yeah, you probably would have taken it.
At one point, you got to think, how could somebody fake their death? But 1960s, it probably would have been a lot easier.
Yeah, probably a lot easier than it is today.
If you had a good stack of cash... And you had people on, because he left everything to his girlfriend.
Oh, he did?
So she inherited.
Makes sense.
All of his money, I guess. So if she was in on it, he was like, hey, I'm done with you. You're a heroin addict. I want to get clean. I want to live my life alone, or not as Jim Morrison. I will give you my estate. Here's all my money. I'm taking this amount with me to live my life if you go along with this. She'd probably, you think, say, yeah, okay, see ya.
Yeah.
And he takes some money and runs off, either stays in Paris or runs off to somewhere else, England or anywhere. Or he's dead. And it was just a really weird...
really weird situation.
Yeah, it was just really weird.
Either he's alive or he's dead.
Yeah, it's just...
if he was still alive, how old would he be today?
I didn't... He would still... I think 70. Something like that.
So...
He's in his early 70s, I think, is what...
Yeah, even if he did fake his death...
What did I say? He was born in...
very well, good chance that he could still be alive.
He was born in 1943, so...
Yeah, in his 70s.
He'd be in his 70s. He might not necessarily be alive now.
Right.
But...
Could be if he faked his death.
But did he die in 71, I guess is the real question. There's been supposedly... There's a guy on YouTube that says that it's him. I can't remember what city. I want to say it's in New York or something. And he says that he found Jim Morrison as this homeless guy that has a big beard and long hair, and he's a drunk, and he can kind of dance around like Jim Morrison. I don't know, but I think
that's...
yeah. So
anybody can dance around like Jim Morrison if you're drunk.
That's kind of what his thing was. Yeah, I don't believe that one.
But if he wanted to fake his death, get away from the fame, and clean up, why would he still be an alcoholic?
Well, he could still be an alcoholic, but I don't think he'd be homeless in New York City.
No, I'm pretty sure that'd be the last.
I think
place
he would be
go.
in California. I think he'd be out on Venice Beach where he was always at.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I don't think he'd be in New York.
Yeah, New York sucks if you're a homeless person, especially in the winter.
Yeah, I think he'd be back in California where his home was.
Or it's warm during the winter.
Yeah, it's an interesting story, and I think it asks a lot of questions. There's no answers to a lot of them. A lot of it's just rumor and speculation.
Right.
But the facts are muddy. It's just that's what pushed all the rumors was how muddy the facts were about his death and the funeral and everything else.
Right.
So
just a lot of it doesn't line up.
So I guess.
So where are you, Jim Morrison?
Yeah. Where you at?
Or Frank.
Mr. Mojo Rising.
Yeah, Mojo Rising. Frank Mojo Rising.
Where you at, Lizard King?
Yeah. Where are you?
He could be a lizard person. That's a thing. Did you know that?
Yeah. The lizard people conspiracy.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a lot of the reasons why I don't get enough sleep is because I lay down and I'm like, oh, I wonder what conspiracy theory I can find tonight.
The lizard people I've never gotten into.
Yeah, I feel like that one's really just
way out there.
Yeah, like
crab people. If anybody has any opinions on this Jim Morrison thing, you can email us at aampodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah, or you can hit us up on Twitter.
Yeah, at all AM podcast.
Or Facebook.
All Around Music.
Yeah.
Let us know what you think. If you think I'm full of crap and that was a really stupid story, let me know. I think you're wrong. I kind of leave it up to you. Believe what you want. I'm in the air. I think he's probably dead.
I'm like 50-50.
But at the same time, I can't say that with 100% certainty.
Right.
So.
Could be alive.
It could be. That's one of the famous deaths that I think, I don't think Elvis is still out there.
No.
But.
Even if he did fake his death, he would have passed away by now.
Well, yeah. But I don't think Elvis faked it.
No. I legitimately think he pushed too hard and,
yeah.
Something popped in his heart.
Yeah. I don't think Jim did. I don't know. It's hard to say. Did he really snort that heroin?
I don't know. Did I really drink a beer last night? I don't know.
The only person that really knows is she's dead.
Yeah.
And she didn't die long after he did.
Right.
I think it was only a few years. And then
did she?
Well.
Don't know. Maybe that was the plan.
I didn't look into that one. Nobody probably did.
Yeah, they're probably like, screw her. She's a horrible person. Turns out she's still alive.
Yeah, I don't know. Could be.
Turns out she's running for president.
There was one more. I guess there was one more conspiracy about his death that I didn't look a whole lot into, but it's that he died overdosing in a club in Paris. Supposedly there's an account of him being in this club. It was I don't remember the name of it. It was a famous club in Paris in the 60s. He was in there. He goes into the bathroom to do heroin, and he overdoses in the bathroom, and the club owner has people take his body out into a cab and take his body back to the apartment so that nobody would know that he was there. And put his dead body in the bathtub. But I don't know. That one doesn't have a whole lot of, I don't think there's a whole lot of backing to that one, but
right.
That's one of the rumors that happened. But then again, people say that
one just seems kind of far-fetched. The whole thing is kind of far-fetched, but
yeah.
But there's possibilities.
The whole thing where I read that he didn't do the hard drugs, supposedly, kind of throws that off for me, but maybe he did. I don't know.
Right.
It's hard to say.
Don't know.
Yeah. It's a mystery. Hopefully we'll have another
unsolved mystery.
Hopefully we'll have another mystery for next week.
Oh, yeah?
I'm going to try to find some more. Get people thinking here. I don't know what I'm going to come up with.
Would you do another one like this or something completely different?
I don't know. I'm going to see what I can find. This one just kind of came about.
Kind of stuck out a little bit.
Yeah. I didn't want to do the Kurt Cobain one.
Yeah, that one's overplayed.
Yeah, that's what I kind of thought. That one's more recent, so it gets more attention. But I feel like there's not enough people looking into the death of Jim Morrison.
That's a good point.
I think it needs to be.
Everybody's like, oh, he's dead.
I think it needs to be looked into a little bit more.
Bring on the next one that's going to die. 27.
What?
No, I mean, that's going to die at 27.
Oh, the next one's going to die at 27? Well, you got Amy Winehouse. You got Kurt Cobain. Jimi Hendrix, I think, was 27.
Yep.
Yeah, there's quite a few. That's a whole other mystery. Maybe we can get into that someday. The 27 Club. Kind of strange.
That would be that'd be one hell of a show.
I don't know if there's any facts behind it, though.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
a good point.
There's really no way to put any facts behind it, though.
Yeah, I mean, people die and then they're just like, oh, we're not going to talk about it.
Well, but I mean, there's no way to connect them all besides being famous.
Right.
So
well, wasn't it, what was that other theory? The
government's killing them off?
No, not that one. We were talking about it.
About Jim?
No, about how they don't really die. They're just...
this is when we weren't... I don't think we were on the air, were we? When we were
I don't think we were, but
that?
I can't remember what it's called.
Oh, the transdimensional... What is it?
Hey, now, don't bring that up.
When you die, you don't actually die. If it's not your time to die, you go into an alternate universe.
Yeah.
So, the Nelson Mandela effect,
that's what it was.
That's where it came from.
Yeah.
It's a theory where some people believe Nelson Mandela died years ago, like in the early 90s. Right. And they think that that's when he died. And it's a big thing, I guess. Like, a lot of people think this. Well, it brought up this theory that... One theory, anyways, that I was listening to was... say you get into a horrific car accident, but you walk away from it. Mm-hmm. Maybe you were in the hospital, whatever. Somehow you lived through this horrific, you should have died accident. Right. But when you come back to, or the next day or whatever afterwards, things don't seem to make sense. Some things that you thought were fact aren't true. Like Nelson Mandela died in 1990 something. Right. In fact, he just died recently, within the past few years or whatever. Yeah, he did die in the past few years, didn't he?
Are you sure we didn't?
Sure, I didn't just have a... or some other known thing to you isn't true. Yeah. It's supposedly that's a theory that when you had that accident, it wasn't your time to die, so you were shifted into an alternate version of our universe. Yeah. Where you're still alive. But slight things are different.
Mind blown.
That's a whole other. We could just go on
kinda
for that.
Kind of just farted a little after the end of that.
Yeah,
it's kind of like.
We could just
kind of slipped out.
I could go on with these things forever, but that's not what our show's about.
Right. Almost crap my pants.
Yeah. This is the things I listen to all day.
Grant's not really here.
I'm losing my mind, man.
Losing my freaking mind,
CIA's after me. It's a hollow earth.
I don't know that. Yeah, I don't know about that one.
Yeah, that one's tough. That one's real tough. But hey, have you ever been to the North Pole?
No, I don't want to go.
See? You don't know. There could be a big hole up there.
Let me ask you this. Do you want to go to the North Pole?
I kind of want to go see if there's a big hole on top of the earth.
Well, I'm pretty sure if there was a big hole on top of the earth, we wouldn't have an earth.
You don't know that? You don't know how the earth works?
That's true. I'm not a scientist.
We're just told how the earth works.
We just believe what we're told.
We just believe what we're told.
Yeah, you been up north? No, man.
Have you
That's
heard...
good because I'm not going to tell you what's really up there.
Man, have you heard this one? Like a whole bunch of people
getting them started.
A whole bunch of people believe that we're in a Matrix reality. We are the Matrix.
Yeah, it's because of that movie.
Yeah, but there's something now, or scientists are saying that it's plausible, and And a weird one came out.
Have you heard the one that we could be a computer simulation?
That's what I mean. The computer simulation.
Yeah, they asked what's his name, Elon Musk.
Yeah,
from Tesla, and he's like, it's possible.
It's him, and there's for some reason, Wells Fargo Bank. They're yes,
they're just like, we haven't been in the news for a while, so let's get into some crazy stuff.
Their computer science or whatever their scientists IT team believes that we could be in a computer simulation. Also, I don't know why they got thrown into this. I'm thinking, well, Wells Fargo banks think we're in a computer simulation.
I'm telling you, they're just saying that because they haven't been in the news for a while.
What does the bank know that we don't know? Those people are just into something weird.
Well, bank people are weird.
But then you got to think about it. If we're in a computer simulation, is all these weird things that happen just glitches in the computer?
You're getting way into it, man. You're in too deep.
Maybe we should just end it there.
Yeah. You're in too deep. Abort.
If you want to talk to me about conspiracies, email us.
Yeah.
aampodcast@gmail.com. I'll send you some stuff that I listen to.
He's going to send you some stuff, and you're just
going to be like, don't talk to me ever again. You're a weird man. You're weird.
We're like, dude, he's weird.
I'm not listening to them ever again.
Aw.
My thoughts and opinions are in no way expressed by the All Around Music Podcast.
Yeah, we should probably wrap it up there.
Sounds good.
It's a good show, though.
Yeah, I think so. I got a little weird there. I got some things to think about. Hopefully I'm gonna try to make this maybe not every week, but it's hard to find stuff to look up that's interesting. I thought that was an interesting topic.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it was.
I'll try to find some more stuff interesting like that, kind of weird but still music related.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially now that it's getting close to Halloween, might as well get a little weird with it.
Oh yeah.
Maybe we'll find some good ghost stories about dead musicians or something haunting somewhere.
There is one I want to talk about.
Is it the one that I was talking to you about? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we need to dig into that one.
Yep, we can do that. That's a big one.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not
going to talk about it before.
Not going to tell anybody who it is.
Yeah, I can't give it away.
No, stay tuned. That might maybe
got to stay tuned.
Maybe next week, the week after, we can do that.
There we go.
Find some good info on it.
And we might have some guests coming up soon.
Good. We need to get somebody in here that gets us off our weird topics.
Yeah. So find us on Facebook, Twitter, email us.
Rate us on iTunes, please.
Yeah, just do it.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to listen to the show to do that, even though you're listening now.
Yeah. There's also, on Google Play and iTunes, there are subscribe buttons.
Yes, do that. That way you don't have to remember to find us.
Yeah, and then you just get on your computer, bam, it's there.
There it is. And you're like,
ready to go.
Oh, yeah.
Or your phone, it'll be there too.
Yeah. And be like, oh, yeah, I'm going to listen to that today.
There you go.
So, because there's nothing good on our radio stations.
No.
So, you might as well listen to us talk about weird stuff for an hour.
Yeah. There's also that episode where we talk about radio stations.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for listening.
Bye.